After entering a second week of demanding counterattacks, the Ukrainians appear to be putting up an uphill battle in their battle to liberate the Russian-occupied lands that had been seized from them during the 16-month invasion. According to British intelligence, the most intense fighting recently has been centered in southeastern Zaporizhia province Bakhmut and in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk province. Since launching its counteroffensive on June 4, Ukraine's efforts have elicited a mixed response. Reports that they retook Hyacinth-B in the southern region of Zaporizhia on Sunday would be their first village gain in nearly a week. The counteroffensive appeared to be off to a good start as Ukraine liberated 8 settlements. But it has now emerged that the generals had halted progress in recent days to recover and find a way to break through Russian territory without suffering heavy casualties. Video footage shows fighters of the anti-tank missile systems company of the 128th Separate Mountain Assault Transcarpathian Brigade, with the help of the domestic Stugna-P, destroying the Russian invader tank along with its crew. The unit's press service reported this on its own Telegram channel and on its page on the social network Facebook, publishing a corresponding video with the comments. Headshots were fired from the Stugna-P complex from several kilometers away. The video shows how the tanks tried to maneuver and prepare to attack our positions. However, the tanks burned like dry rags, and within seconds, the ammunition inside exploded. The entire crew dead. Many sources report that now the road between these villages appears to be littered with wrecked invader tanks trying to push back the Hyacinth-B. In another video, a kamikaze drone operator operations group of the Security Service of Ukraine destroys 4 BMP-2 infantry fighting vehicles and 2 lightly armored multipurpose tractors with a crew of 16 Russian assault crews. In addition, our ammunition barrage destroyed the Murom M mortar and electronic intelligence complex, which the invaders placed near the contact line to monitor Ukrainian military movements around the clock. The press service of the Security Service of Ukraine announced this on its page on the social network Facebook, publishing the relevant video, edited from the footage taken by the kamikaze drone itself and by controlling the unmanned aerial vehicle. Ukraine says it will continue offensive operations on the war's southern front, while Russia says it has prevented any progress. Both Ukraine and Russia claim that their troops have inflicted heavy losses on the other. Russian troops have expended heavily in fighting along the front, comparing Russian casualties to those suffered in months of fighting for Bakhmut, a town in the east once known by both sides as a meat grinder. Until now, in the hot battles to the east and south, the Russian troops had suffered the same heavy losses in manpower and equipment as they had suffered near Bakhmut. Russia's main focus remains on the war's eastern front, but Russia also appears to be shifting resources from other parts of Ukraine to support its southern front, Ukrainian officials say. The armed forces of Ukraine in the direction of Kherson last day destroyed 11 intervening 152mm Hyacinth-B towed guns and 9 armored vehicles. And last night, the air defense of the Ukrainian armed forces destroyed 3 Iranian kamikaze drones Shaib-136 over Mykolaiv Oblast and over Kherson and Kirovohrad respectively. No shots were fired, the press service of the Southern Operations Command said after lunch in a summary of the past day, which was published on its page on the social network Facebook. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky claimed Monday that Ukraine has not lost its positions, only gained new ones. In some areas our soldiers are advancing. In some areas they are defending their positions and are fighting off the invaders' attacks and intensifying attacks, he said. We didn't lose ground, only they are liberated. Some analysts see a slowdown in Ukrainian offensive operations in the south, as various sections of the long front are experiencing heavy fighting. Ukrainian forces may temporarily suspend counteroffensive operations to reevaluate their tactics for future operations, according to the Institute for the Study of War. The agency said on Sunday It had previously noted that Ukraine has not deployed the bulk of its available forces for counter-offensive operations and has not launched its main efforts. The General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces reported on 21 June that Russia had lost 222,000 soldiers in Ukraine since the start of the full-scale invasion, with an estimated 540 casualties as of 20 June. Amid the ongoing counteroffensive, Ukrainian troops reported successful offensive operations on the southern front with an advance of up to 7 kilometers. At the same time, Russian troops redeployed into the embattled Zaporizhia Oblast to halt the Ukrainian advance. Russian troops have carried out 21 attacks on defense force positions in the Limansk and Kupiansk directions, mainly the Luhansk region, to a lesser extent in the Kharkiv and Donetsk regions. As a result, our defenders destroyed 146 interventions, and another 190 were injured. Enemy equipment and warehouses with ammunition were also destroyed. This was reported by the spokesman for the Eastern Forces Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Serhiy Cherevety. We remind you, according to official sources, in particular Deputy Minister of Defense Hanna Maliar, yesterday the invaders launched a massive attack on this front. In the morning, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine announced that it was impossible to take any of the enemy's positions. Ukraine has not lost any of its positions, only gained new ones, said Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky last Monday. Zelensky also noted the significant political decision by the UK regarding sanctions made on Monday. He said Britain would maintain sanctions against Russia until the aggressor compensates for all the damage caused to the Ukrainian people, and it is imperative that the assets of the aggressor state and all associated with it be used to compensate for the damage caused by Russia's war and terror.